Picasso once said, "It took me 4 years to paint like Raphael, but a lifetime to paint like a child." Luckily, I have found a solution for this metaphor of painting like a child that has helped me focus less on creating moments and more on documenting them. And that very solution is my Sony Handycam. It boasts an insane 9 megapixels and shoots probably 1/8 of the quality of what my iPhone does, and I love it. Using this camera has transported me back into a time and place where I can capture moments of friends and family and just small little things without any rules or regulations. And yeah, these rules are just usually something I'm imposing on myself, but this thing helps. So it's so fun just whipping this camera out whenever I'm out with my partner or out with friends or just at a normal mundane hang or event. And it's weird to see how people react to this camera, or any real camera really, versus an iPhone. When you pull out your phone or take photos or videos, a lot of people seem to be annoyed, confused, or kind of just overall uncomfortable about that idea. But with this fun little camera, people light up, do something funny, or at the very least have just some general curiosity about it. I even decided to take this camera with me on my long-awaited Europe trip instead of my new fancy Sony FX30, and I still stand by that being the right choice. It captured those moments from such a dope trip in a way that I think genuinely reflects the memories rather than a curated version of what that trip was or some kind of cinematic retelling of an experience that I had. This camera has brought back so much fun in just documenting the everyday.
You guys are like, oh, you do this, and then and you guys can't explain shit. You do the same thing with Munchkins, and I never know how to play.
In an ever-evolving internet world filled with curated content, we oftentimes only see the highlight reels of people's everyday life. And I am guilty of this too. Even though I try my best to remain authentic, we all curate ourselves in a specific way to be presented online, whether we like to think we do or not. But capturing moments through such a shitty little camera like this has brought out the beauty in the normalcy. Just doing everyday things with my friends is what my weeks look like most of the time, and I love finally reconnecting with an outlet that does those moments justice. It's not a dramatization of those moments. It's not a retelling. It's not a capturing of a curated moment or scripted piece. It's literally pulling out a camera and recording what's going on. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but at the very least, it's real. God damn. I can't believe I'm in my mid to late 20s now, and life seems to go by faster and faster every day. And the older I get, the more I realize how important it is for me not to forget all these small moments. And yeah, there's time and a place for recording, but when the time is right, I think it's important to document your everyday life. And even watching back these videos during this edit brought me more joy than most videos I've watched and planned ahead for weeks over the past few years. And I just think we all should be capturing more of these moments in our life, even if it's not used for content or any finished product or any type of art, but just to have a pool of memories you can enjoy when you're feeling a little too sentimental or nostalgic. I'm always jealous of my parents, aunts, and uncles, and just people from an older generation who have so much analog photography to go back into and enjoy. And I don't think it's realistic to expect most people my age or younger to be all out capturing film photos in an analog sense. However, I do think it's a fair ask to have us all start recording and documenting more in a horizontal orientation on a camcorder or even your iPhone. And not just to share on your story, but to have as a genuine memory we can look back on and enjoy. And you know, being a graphic designer, a lot of my work is focused on making things pixel perfect and the very small details of everything. I think that is one big reason I have an issue with controlling stuff and needing things to go as planned just my way. And I'm still working on myself in that department, but something as stupid as this little camcorder has given me permission to not worry about things being so perfect. No one needs perfect anyway. These days, I'm happy with something just being good.
Someone had the same lid.
Also, I know that this is feeling a little too deep and sentimental. I'm sure people are thinking, oh, it's just a camcorder, guy. Like, it's not that important. Regardless, without all these sappy undertones, it's just been dope having a fun, new little hobby and thing to do again. Carrying around this camcorder to all the small moments in my life has made me happy, and even if it's just that, that's good enough to make it worthwhile. Nothing quite hits like zooming in on one of my dumbass homies and seeing their genuine reactions. Oh shit, let me see blue steel. And the more I capture and journal in my life too, the more I realize how easy it is to forget things, and how no matter what I may think on a day-to-day basis, things are pretty fucking dope. And I used to be so pessimistic and down bad growing up, and woe is me, and respectfully so, I guess, to a little bit to my past self. Pretty rough upbringing. However, not having a positive mindset in those times was not helping that situation whatsoever. So having this 9 megapixel depiction of some of my recent moments to look back at has really made me grateful of how far I've come in my career, relationships, and just as an individual. Looking back 10 years ago now, I think a little punk ass 16-year-old Jesse would be pretty proud of me right now. I love the little life I'm slowly creating for myself, and I'm so thankful for all the people that make these small moments like this worth capturing.